This was the Let's wait for some people to log on. Rachel has scheduled 15 minutes later, but take some questions now. Not good. There we go. Oh. I'm live right now. If you want to share the link, so we got to answer some questions. If you got any questions, guys, we're just waiting for people to log on, and somebody knocked my thing around. If any of you guys got any questions, try to keep the comments up. We're talking about the Baler Tour on here. Had quite a few people asking about on my tour. Some people just want to get their baler checked over. We can do a lot pretty reasonable for that. I'm offering, if you're paying for me to, if I'm coming through your area on my route, there's zero charge for me to check your timing. You just pay for the fuel fee to get to you. That's it. So, but if there's any other repairs, obviously it'll be by the hour and by the part. So, keep that in mind as well. I mean, there's not very often I do, if a baler's working, I usually don't find repairs. I can make a list, and you can probably do most of the repairs yourself. But, yeah. Not going to charge for checking the timing on balers, guys. If I need to adjust the timing or we need to get chains or something, obviously the labor will start then. But check the timing on any baler. Doesn't matter, New Holland, Oliver, John Deere, Massey Ferguson. Doesn't matter. We'll go over the timing on all of them. So.
15 minutes early.
Yes, I know. Answer questions. Has anybody got any questions about balers? I got 15 minutes for I'm going to start on the topics at hand. But we are offering, if you pay the fuel charge and you're on our route, which won't be much, to come to your place, I will check your timing on your baler. Won't cost any charge, but if there's any repair work that needs to be done, obviously, guys, there it's going to be for the parts and whatever labor's involved in changing them. But a lot of people calling just want to get things checked over, make sure their timing's good on their baler, check their chains and stuff like that. That's fine. Right now we got a few people on the line that want us to have a come on a tour. We need more people to call Rachel, 607-846-5959, and call the number and line up your location, and so we can get a kind of a tour started where we're gonna go. So I'd like to get it done sooner than later, guys. The weather's straightening out now. We're doing some work on the farm here. I got to do my own hay here, so I don't want to be out too long this spring if I can help it. Does anybody got any questions? We are gonna. Looks like might be going to Tennessee, but it's also dependent. The guy's waiting. Hopefully, some more people will jump on. The more people that get on the tour, guys, it makes it cheaper for everybody in that area. So. I drive an RV, I carry tools with me, so nothing is cheap right now as far as fuel-wise. So bear with us. The more people to get on it, obviously, my last tour went 3.5 months. So that was a long one, and we did 83 balers in 97 days. So it was pretty rough. A lot of those were UU builds. Some of them we had to wait for parts, and there was one baler we didn't complete at all. Just differences of opinion between me and the owner. So, not a big deal. I don't argue or fight with anybody. Hey, Aaron, how are you? I don't argue with anybody. If you got a way you want to fix your baler, that's fine. It's not always the way we agree on, but I won't belittle you for it or anything else like that. I have a set way that I do things. I've broke enough stuff in my days, so I know what works and what don't work. So, 30, you're talking going on 37 years, and I've seen a few things, and it's It's pretty much knowledge at this point, guys. My kids are in the background playing. We're in the RV, kind of outside. We got it all pretty much ready until the kids threw some rice all over the floor, made Rachel's day happy. So, has anybody got any questions? I see Aaron popped on. Well, Aaron, I mean, I think you just try to set me up to start arguments. I think I'm not sure. Your parts, Aaron, I did call the guy again on your parts. They think they're going to get to them sometime this week. So. Yeah, I do, Brian. I didn't get a lot of stuff out of my parts room. So Rachel's working on. We bought the old horse farm, so we're working on changing the stalls over to parts rooms. And then it just the fact of going through what you need. Send me a list of what you need, and you can text the list, guys, to the phone number because our business line is now a cell phone, and it's connected to other devices as well. So when you get a text message, everybody gets an alert. Might take a while for us to respond because we get a lot of text messages. 607-846-5959. That's R&S Ag Service. Rachel will put the number up in the comments. Does anybody else have any other questions? But Aaron sent me some parts that he wanted to have made. We do take him to a place that's got a CNC shop. They're pretty varied guys, making parts for everybody. So the Baler parts thing kind of on the back burner. They'll get to them. They usually do. They do a good job. Aaron will tell you. Pickup teeth. You send me one of your good teeth off your baler, I can get them matched up, or I can actually get them remade. But usually it comes at a cost.
New York or North Carolina.
Who is?
Jody. This is North Carolina.
Jody in the North Carolina. Whereabouts you located, Jody? I do go to Kings Mountain, North Carolina once in a while. I don't know how to keep my chat up. Brian, yeah, just to let you know, Brian, don't know what you need for the 214. I do have a 214 wire tie that I'm now changing over to twine. I was going to do a video series on it. The weather's not been cooperating well. I just got done rebuilding a 348 John Deere. Another one I got to do, complete rebuild, tear the plunger out, new rails, do adjustments, work on a kicker, rebuild the auger. Took us longer than we thought on Saturday, so we got one done. That was in Goshen, New York, and we got to go back there this week to do the next one. Guys, we're arranging it now. You get all the parts there. We show up. From now on, I'm going to call and have you send pictures of the parts you get because I'm getting a little worried. We got there and some of the parts weren't there that were supposed to be there.
Like almost 50%.
Yeah, 50% of them weren't there, so it was kind of disturbing, and it was a miscommunication between the guy that bought them to the parts company. You're welcome, Brian. Like I said, just keep the phone number that Rachel's got. Send text message of your baler. Say, hey, I think I need this. I think I need this. And when I get down to the parts room,
who your name is and where you talk to us, because
yeah,
we lose track of things.
Yeah, Rachel says a good thing is she wants to know. Always put your name on your text messages and where you communicated with us. If it's on YouTube, say YouTube video live. And that starts a rapport, and that way we write you down on the sheet. You're a YouTuber. You watch the video.
Rocket Dan.
Hey, Rocket Dan. How's it going, brother?
Did you get your parts?
Did you get your parts, Rocket? I think you did. At least you should have by now.
Ollie. Come here. Come here. Oh. It's okay.
But anyways, we got a few more minutes here. I'm taking questions right now, guys, before I start into everything that we're doing on our tour. He did get his parts. Did you get them installed? That's the next question. So, guys, we got another company we're shipping with now. We're combining shipping with another company called Greenlight Parts. And they're doing bulk shipping. They ship a lot of parts. We're starting to ship more. We've gotten our prices lower on shipping, guys. It's come down a lot because we're combining. But you have to understand, we're only go there twice a week. So we try to take a large order, pickup truck, fill the back of the car up, and run up there. And Probably what, 60 miles? Probably close to 60-mile drive, guys. But the savings on shipping is huge. It's really huge. They do a great job for us.
Linden, North Carolina.
If you guys want to get on the Baler tour, it's only a fuel charge to have me come. It's no charge for me to check your timing on your baler, look it over. It's a free inspection. If you want me to work on stuff, that's fine. But there is a fuel surcharge for me to get there. If you're on our route and you're only off the route 3-4 miles, you're probably looking at a $50 charge. You know, if you're on right off our route.
He's in the center of the state.
Yeah.
He's closer to Raleigh.
Do they ship twine? They can. I mean, guys. I can get you guys twine out here. You get the same twine that I use. You just got to pay the shipping. We can send you out a roll. I mean, depends on the model of the baler, guys. You got to remember, some of the rolls I run are 6,000 feet rolls, and some of them are because you got the older balers, like the older internationals. The twine box is limited on height. You can't run the 6,000 foot rolls in there. You got to run the 9,600, 210, 240. But I have limited access to the 240 in the smaller rolls. So, somebody asked a question. I couldn't see it. It went down.
Because I was looking up where that guy lived.
Rachel's gonna look at your comments. I'm trying to read them as my but my iPad keeps putting them back down.
Rocky Dan got snow a few days ago. Three
Just schedule that with Rachel, Dan. Schedule that with Rachel. Send her a text message. She'll line it up with me and make sure I'm home. I will not be able to do anything with FaceTime on Thursday due to the fact that we will be traveling. So we're going to be going a couple hundred miles, and I got a complete rebuild. Got to tear the baler down, the bare frame, and put everything back on it. Hopefully to get it done in hopefully 9-10 hours. So there's a lot of rebuilding to do on it. Anybody else got any other questions? That's fine, Rocket. Now, Dan, I could do them even if I'm on a tour and we lock in a time, like say in the evening, and I'm done doing other repair work. I could take care of you after the repair work, so it's not a big issue. Yeah, it's service depending because we do hit bad spots in the country that just doesn't have good service. I'm also looking for, since I got a few people on, I'm looking for a baler for our church. I do a thing, guys. I'm looking for a farm. If you guys want to donate the baler, fine. If you guys need a write-off for your farm, that's fine. I need a baler that doesn't need a huge amount of work, but I need one to be able to rebuild, to do my silent auction. We auction the baler off. Aaron knows about it. A lot of guys on here know about it. And I silent auction, which that means you bid with your heart. You bid what you think is fair. Nobody will know what anybody else bids. We open them all up on the day that I say it ends. The guy that bid the highest owns the baler. They send the check directly to the youth group at our church. That pays for kids to go to camp. Okay? Really critical, guys. We had a bunch of kids that went to camp, and it turned out great. They had a great time. And a lot of these kids that go to camp, guys, the parents don't have a lot of money. If you guys all know the economy's going, it's not well, it's not great. Try to send as many as we can. And for them to have a weekend, or we got summer camp coming up, which is going to be a couple weeks, to be able to go and have fun with their friends and stuff, and learn about God, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So if you guys want to be a part of that, if there's a farmer out there, as long as I'm on my tour, I stop and look at the baler. I'll arrange everything else. I'll get it. I'll transport it. If you want to bring it, that's even better. But I'm looking for a baler that somebody wants to donate, that I can fix up and get it working and functioning. Preferably something that's not totally rusted out, guys, because that's not appetizing to anybody, and I don't want to put a lot of work into it. I can, but I'd rather not, because like I said, we did an Oliver 520. That was immaculate. I could have kept that baler, and some collector would have wanted it, but that's not what I do, guys. I'm trying to help these kids out, and every year I do a baler. I'm going to hopefully do 2 this year. So if anybody out there's got a baler they're not needing anymore, and you guys need the write-off, let us know. We will give you, I will get it lined up with our local church, and they can get you a write-off for that machine for donating it. So I'm just going to turn around and fix it, repair it, probably put new chains on it, and give it my guarantee. It's ready to go, and go from there. Has anybody else got any other questions? Dan, I run plastic. I'm just been a plastic man. Sissel is so inconsistent. It's been better lately, but I'm not a fan. And it's twice the money of plastic. And the only thing with plastic is you got to adjust it a little bit, and you got to sharpen the knives on in the knotter, on the wiper arms and stuff. So, yeah, Dan, it's a crazy time we're in right now. By the way, and Aaron could post it up on Hay Baler Nation on Facebook. Hay Baler Discussion and Repair is also. There's a Super 77 New Holland in Iowa. I didn't get a picture of the side of the knotters. I could tell you if I see the knotters and the meter wheel, I could tell you if it's early, late, or mid-serial number Super 77. But it's a PTO version. Looks really straight. Tin work looks good. I can't really get a good look at the bull gears to see how much wears on them, but I don't think it's baled a lot of hay, guys. It's sold? Okay. Did you buy it, Aaron? Hey, Jody. Yeah, Jody, that's fine. Guys, I mean, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Share this out. Let people know. Share the phone number. If they've got a baler they want checked out, as long as you're on the route, which I'm assuming, this is assuming, I'm probably going to take 81 down to Tennessee. So if you're right off of 81, not too far, probably going to be minimal fuel surcharge for me to get to your place and look at your stuff. There's no charge for me to look at your baler, check the timing on it. No charge at all. Now, if we find things broken, I'll help you with a list. We'll make out a list and stuff. And if you want me to do the repair, then it's by the hour, by the parts. I'd rather you buy the parts due to the fact that the cost of everything has gone up so much. We used to stock a lot of parts, as most of the people know that did my last baler tour. My RV was carrying 6,800 pounds of baler parts. It's a lot. All my storage units were all full, and I found out when I'm driving, I'm burning extra fuel carrying this extra parts, and we used 40% of them. That's it. So I was carrying parts that didn't really sell, and I'd rather, if I lose all that extra weight and I carry just the simple stuff, my tools and a few repair kits, I think lightening the load will make the fuel mileage a lot better. And we can and we have people back here at the home location now that can ship parts for me. So it's not a problem. You wait a day or two and the parts are there. So, but I want to get this tour started if we're going to do it. If we're not going to do it, that's fine too, guys. But I'm also going to throw the offer out there for anybody that's locally to me. If you want to bring a baler in, there's no charge to check the timing. If you tow it in here and we set up an appointment, I will do it, no charge. If you want to do a donation, any donations you do to us is going to go directly to the youth group for our local church. So any tips from on my baler tour will be also donated to the youth group for our church, for the kids. So but I'm asking again, anybody out there that's got an old baler that they want to donate, it's fine. Well, let me know what you got, send some pictures, whatever. I'll arrange everything else. Just, guys, please keep in mind, if it's broken needles, knotters are blowed up, it's probably not worth fixing, because we don't want to sink a bunch of money into it, because I want to be able to, the point of this is to get somebody a really good baler that works good after I'm done, and then the proceeds all go to help these kids go through camp. So okay, well, you guys got a conversation going on here. Oh, really? Who is the guy, by the way, Aaron? I'm looking at my wife's phone because the comments come up there. They don't stay up on my iPad. I don't know why, but they don't. They stay up for a second when you guys comment, then they disappear. Okay, now to the video that Aaron was talking about earlier, since we're now at 5:45. The Super 77 Part 2 video that I just uploaded, guys, that was the motor that's been setting 15 years outside. The motor was not seized. It turned over, believe it or not. Almost zero compression in the cylinders. And I've done this enough with these Wisconsins. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, but it's worked more than it hasn't. The oil was still in the crankcase, didn't have water in it, so I added about a gallon of diesel fuel, which is overfull, way overfull. And I just took a flat belt off of my M tractor, and I spin the motor. And I spun it for an hour. And as I'm spinning it, I pull the air cleaner pipe off the carburetor, and I spray penetrating oil in there. So that goes through the cylinders, and it lubricates the top end, and that diesel fuel splashing up in there because we have no fire going on. So what I found is I do that, and it actually helps loosen the rings. So when I got done with that, running it for an hour, we stopped, checked again. I had almost 70 pounds of compression. Not in all the cylinders. There was, I think, 2 or 70. A couple of the other ones were like up to 40. So, but I'm gonna let that set a couple weeks, and I'll go back and I'll spin it again with more diesel, or probably just with motor oil at this time. See if we can get the compression build up a little bit, and then I might put the wires on it, cap, rotor, wire it back up, get some juice to it, and we'll see if we can get her to fire. You know, it's gonna be cool if we get it to run. It's fine, but the reason I don't run it to break it free, guys, or spin it and get it running, is I've learned a lesson is when that starts firing, like say it's got low compression, it tends to build carbon up on those rings, and then they never come back out. Like they're just stuck there. It's just you're molding it right there when you start putting gasoline to it. I decided that it's just better to let the diesel fuel splash. It'll soak in. I'll let it set. I'm going to work it again, and I'm going to use another can of penetrating oil, go up through the intake, loosen everything up, and then we'll go to putting new plugs in it, get it pumped up, primed up for fuel. I'll probably use this in separate jugs. I think the gas tank's pretty bad. And fuel it up, and then we'll go from there, guys. And hopefully it gets running. Then the next part is the baler. It's going to be a job to get the baler going. It's. I think the plunger's stuck right now as we speak, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to get it going. But I need to get it, the motor running first to see where we're at there. There's a stick. The baler's actually holding a building up, so if you saw in the videos, there's a stick off the top of the baler holding the center of a support up. We're supposed to get a support in there so I can pull that out and then hook the baler to the tractor, pump the tires up, pull it out, and work on that, get that, keep working, making forward progress on that. That baler will bail. Whether I got to change the motor or not, it's the next question, but that will bail hopefully by the 1st of June or middle of June. So, got a long road, but we're getting there. So, any other questions, guys? Joe bought it. Yeah, I know Joe. Joe's a pretty good egg. Again, guys, we're asking for anybody out there that's got any old balers. Maybe Aaron wants to tow a baler out for me to sell on my silent auction to help the kids out. I don't hear Aaron. I don't know if Ross Claypool got on or not. He's having trouble with his YouTube. I don't know how, but hope he gets that figured out. Does anybody else got any questions? Go ahead and comment down below. You guys can also send text messages to the Baler phone. I don't think we have it with us, but it's 607-846-5959. Rachel will put that number back up. So that's my kids in the background, guys. They're playing, having a good time. Yeah, if you got to do donations, guys, it's Crossroads Family Ministries. You can send it to Rachel, but please, just text Rachel. If you want to donate to help the kids out of camp, put on the bottom of your check, in the bottom of the memo, youth group. If you put that on there, that's where that money will go directly to that, and you can make the payment or whatever you want to do directly out to the church. I just saw that.
Oh,
Okay, Aaron. Yeah, Rocket Dan. Anybody on here, if you guys want to donate to the youth group of the kids and help them go to camp this summer, they just went to the spring camp. Turned out great. We got a bunch of kids that just loved it, and I'm trying to every year pay for more and more because the parents, a lot of these parents don't have the money to pay for their kids going there. And what a wonderful thing when these kids realize that there's people out there that love and care for them. And it's nothing being said that we our youth pastor's pretty good. He makes the kid do projects to try to help pay for their own way. Like they'll do a spaghetti dinner night, or they'll do I don't know if they've done a car wash, but they've done lots of things to try to earn their own way. And then when they find out that before they get ready to go to camp, they find out that somebody like the viewers or anybody or me had paid for their camp. It just lights their eyes up that people out there care that they don't even know, that don't even really know them. It's that secret gift that helps them, and it makes them in turn give back. It's you're only kids once. All of us are. I'm still kind of a kid. My wife will tell you that. So, but yeah. Anything you guys want to do to donate, you get a hold of Rachel, 607-846-5959. You guys, any part orders you guys want to get in, remember, we are now shipping just twice a week. If you want to pay for an emergency shipping, which that means you need the part the next day, you're going to have to pay a fuel surcharge for us to drive 60 miles to get it up there, to get it sent out really quick. So far, we've liked the shipping rates have come down. It's been nice because they do a bulk, like they fill almost a UPS truck. They get a lot of shipping out of there. So we just combined with them, and it's dropped our shipping, the quotes we got from UPS, down in half because we're shipping with them now. We'll still ship some stuff out of here, but guys, it's worth it. If I get 10 packages, it almost pays me in the savings of shipping for you guys just to drive them up there, because as long as we can fit them in the car's pretty fuel efficient, so we're like maybe spending $20 and 3 hours of our day out to get all the packages up there and get them shipped out. Yeah, Aaron, we can. Yes, it'll take place. We're trying to get things organized, but like I said, if the tour happens early, it's probably gonna be a little more difficult because we haven't got things organized. Rachel's got a plan she wants to do with the barn to make each room, like with the stalls where the horses are, put up shelving and where the horses was, and use up their stalls as individual. Like one will be all international parts, next one will be all John Deere parts, next stall will be all Ford parts, next one will be Massey Ferguson, and the next one Oliver, and so on. We're kind of converting the old horse barn into a parts business, so we'll see how it goes from there. Right now, guys, we're cleaning up the place. It's a long process. It'll probably be a while in the making, getting everything around. And it's just understanding all the parts that I had. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff that collected over 30 years. Found stuff that I thought I had I couldn't find before. And you ever done that? You get looking, and all of a sudden now it turns up, and you're digging for it. So I said, well, I could have used that like 2 years ago, or I could have used that last month. And I don't know, you ordered the part, and come to find out you got a bunch of them. So, but you don't know what you got, so that's what we're trying to reorganize. Instead of everything being thrown into a couple different barns I've gotten at my dad's, we're going to bring everything back to the home location and take care of it there. So, any questions on the Baler Tour? Any questions? If you have any questions on the donations, call Rachel. She'll help hook you up. The church has an online thing, I think through Facebook. I think you got donate online. I don't need to know about it, guys. It's between you. Maybe Rachel could put that up on one of my videos, or she'll put it up on Hay Baler Nation. If you guys want to donate, I don't need to know about it. God knows what you do. He knows in your heart. You don't need to tell me. You don't need to tell anybody what you do. We don't need recognition for it. God knows what you do, and helping a kid is probably one of the greatest joys you could have. I really like seeing these kids when they come back and they're energetic. They're all about wanting to help the community. It's refreshing to see that instead of all this negativity we see in the world today. And it's just nice to see some young people that are excited about life and excited to get out there and help people. So, any other questions on the Baler Tour? I am offering, like I said, on the tour, if you're not far off my tour, and it's free for me to come check your baler, check your timing, and do an inspection. But if you decide you want to do repair work, it's by the hour, it's by the parts, guys. It's just the way it's got to be. But if you decide you want to do that, oh, you're welcome, Rocket Dan. It's not my work; it's Jesus' work. I would not be as good as I am at Baler's, guys, without Jesus. I'm nothing without him. Absolutely nothing. Every time I get stumped on something, I walk away, pray about it. Might not be that day, might be that hour. I come back to it. He'll like put my head right where the problem is and fix it. So, does anybody else got any other questions? I gotta grab a water. Hang on. Poland Springs. We got another 15 minutes, guys. Any of you have any questions, ask me now. And Aaron's always got questions for me. But, yeah, we got, now the prototype 77 has not been forgotten. If you guys saw the video, that is the rarest of balers. All the prototypes New Holland builds, guys, that goes out in the field and tests, they destroy them. Somehow, this baler slipped through the cracks. It's a Super 77. It's a later serial number. And the way we figured it out with Murray Stokes of Australia, who writes books about balers, is that he agrees that it looks like this baler they're going to continue with the Super 77. It's got some stuff on it, updates, and it just looks like it's moving forward. So, I think my baby girl here pooped her pants because it stinks really bad in here. So, and my wife's laughing about it, so that's kind of nice too.
I got nothing in here to change your
So, but, anyways, the baler somehow ended up, and I had gotten some information from the lady at New Holland for the archives, but they won't communicate with me now because they told me the baler doesn't exist. It was destroyed in 1962. That's false because the baler physically exists. They're here. Take her somewheres. So, and so they decided. She gave me some information, and she told me I gave the serial number. I sent her pictures, and they're like, "Well, I'm sorry. That we were documented that was destroyed in '62. That's not what happened. The baler ended up somehow in Liberty, Kentucky, and thanks to a Facebook friend, he sent me the link to the person that had it at a junkyard. I acquired it. I was kind of just buying it for parts until we got the serial number. We got it back here and started doing a lot of checking on it, and it turns out that it's a prototype baler. It's yellow. It doesn't have any of the normal decals on it. It's got just a New Holland on it. It's got some updates on it, guys, that my other 77s don't have. The motor was missing off it. Somebody probably took it off and sold it. If somebody out there in YouTube land knows where that motor is that goes on it, I would be gladly to buy it, or at least buy the tin work off the motor to put on another one. But I kind of got an idea what model was on there, so I have a couple Wisconsins. I'm going to put a motor back on it. We're going to get it so it bails. I don't know if I'm going to paint it or not because it kind of brings nostalgia with the faded yellow paint that it has. I just want to get it back in the field, back into baling, and we'll go from there. But it's going to be a baling this summer, guys. I'm just sorry. Between attempting to try to go work for a factory job, which didn't work out well, ended up being sick most of the time. Caught a really bad bug, and literally we're going on 4 weeks, and I've still got a slight cough from it. So these colds now have been kind of brutal. So, but the prototype baler, when I get done with it, it's going to be a show piece for. I'll go take it to different New Holland dealers just to show it off, guys. It's an awesome piece that I'll be able to save. Maybe eventually I will sell it, but I doubt it. Try to keep it in the family. We're working on our international collection. I got a kid that works up to New Holland Binghamton. His name's Zach. He's rebuilding the motor on the one. We're waiting on a head The head's done. We're going to go pick that up. We're going to get that baler back together. 57 wire tie. That gives us a complete collection of the 5 series balers. Other than I don't have the the 3-wire versions. I just got everything from a 50T, 55, 56, 57. Got one of each one of those. And we're going to go to the local farm show this year with a complete collection of international balers. So the heavy duty series. So I like the balers, the internationals. They're built really heavy duty. They're built like the Super 77 back when they made a baler that would last. So any other questions, guys, before we wrap this up? So we got we're working on parts right now, guys. I got a good inventory and access to John Deere parts. New Holland has been tricky. I got some stuff, not a lot of stuff. Bearings I can get a hold of, stuff like that. But as far as like components and stuff like that, not components, I gotta kind of go through New Holland because aftermarket's been kind of slacking. So it says Kloss. Kloss equipment, guys. I love their round balers. Love their disc spines, their rotary rakes. I work on a lot of them. They just built heavy duty. They work really well. Their rollant baler is probably the most bulletproof baler you could buy, other than changing a bearing or a roller once in a while. I'd love to know what Bass Farms up in Spencer, New York got on their baler, because they bale a lot of hay, guys, and these guys have had minimal trouble with their 350 rotocut. I like the little heavier dutier ones. I like the 350. I like the uni wraps because they have grease. They lube all the bearings with grease, and and they also do the 455, the 375. They're all heavy duty. So any other questions, guys? But we're gonna be like I said, hopefully get on the baler tour here pretty soon. We're getting to the end of March. I'd like to be on tour by April, hopefully be back by the 1st of June. So if you want to be on the baler tour, 607-846-5959. It's RNS Ag Service. If you guys got questions, bear with us. We get a lot of phone calls. We get a lot of texts. And I go through the text messages. I go to the bottom and work my way up, because the bottom ones are the guys that just messaged, so they were first before the ones at the top. So, and in voicemails, same thing, try to get back. Everybody wants to chat with me, which is fine. If you call Rachel, leave her a message or get a hold of her and tell her you want to make an appointment to talk with me, she will get you on the schedule. Might be a couple days, but you will get on the schedule. We are also, anybody out there that has an old baler that would like to donate it, I'm gonna rebuild a baler to donate for the kids at our local church, and it sends them to a summer camp. So if you got it, we'll get you a donation or a write-off for your taxes. If you want to donate a baler, I'll fix it up, and your baler will be on a silent auction, which people bid, and then the winning bidder writes a check right directly to the youth group of our church, and that pays for the kids' camp, and you come pick your baler up. So the baler will be gone through by me, be fully gone through, tested, and I'll get a video of it working. Probably won't be able to bale in the field, being the time of the year, but we do run a lot of test hay through them. So, does anybody else got any other questions? Aaron's the only one. Aaron and Rocket Dan have been the only two so far. But you get a shout out to your location where you're at. We're going to be doing a baler tour. Remember, if you're right off of our tour route, there's just a slight charge for fuel to come look at your stuff. No charge to inspect your baler or to check the timing on it. Now, if you need new chains, new bearings, and you need to have work done on it, it's by the hour, guys, and by the parts. Or if you like to buy the parts yourself, that's fine. But it'll just be labor charges. So, but if you guys want to get on the route, we need to know in the next week here so we can figure things out. If nobody wants me to go out, that's fine. I can do video repair. We're still offering that. The Facebook Live or whatever else app they got out there that does live repair. You pay me, I watch what you're doing, and I walk you through how to repair your baler. The charges on that are $100 for the first hour, $85 for each additional hour. So, if you got any other questions, call Rachel, 607-846-5959. And you can call her. It's a cell phone, so you can text it. If you have problems with your baler, if you need parts, guys, send a picture of the problem with the baler or the part. And that makes it easier for the girls, and they can find it, and they don't really need to get a hold of me. So, but if you have any questions, you can call 607-846-5959. With that, everybody have a great night. God bless you. I love you all. I'll see you in the next video.